So we know the custom is for a woman before she goes to mikvah. There's a lot of preparations, and one of the preparations is a bath. Is it indispensable? Is it a minhag? Is it an absolute chiyuv obligation? So the way it works basically is, and the Aruch HaShulchan gives a nice summary in Yoredei Kuf Tzad Ditet. Basically, there's three halachot in terms of the history of preparing for the mikvah. First is iyun haguf. Iyun haguf means when a woman goes in and checks her body by looking and feeling around to make sure there's no chatzitza, there's no nothing there on the body, which is an interposition between the water and her body. So that iyun haguf is from the Torah, where she checks physically, looks and feels to see. Even on her back, she can't see her back, but she'll put her hand behind to make sure there's nothing there. That's from the Torah law. Ezra came along in the beginning of the beginning of the second temple, the early era of the second temple, and he made a takana for chafifa. Chafifa means she goes ahead and takes care of her hair to make sure that there's no knots. Some say Rashi, one place says it means to comb, others say it just means to go ahead and make sure that it's totally clean. Either way, means everything. It means she takes care of her hair to make sure there's no knots, and that's not a chatzitza. So any hair on her body, she has to make sure that there's no knots. That's from the Rabbanan Ezra. And then the Talmudic law after Ezra was mediach, to clean her areas with water, especially the areas that are hidden areas where they could be covered up, and the underarm area, and any area that could be covered up, that water has to get to make sure get rid of any sweat or any stuff that's there, any dirt that's on her body. So you have from the Torah law, iyun haguf, she has to look and feel her body. Ezra made a takana, chafifa, take care of her hair. Then the Talmudic law from the Gemara is to go ahead and do mediach, to wash herself. And those are the three categories. As time went on, more recently, the minhag developed to also take a bath. And you'll see the poskim relate to it differently. Some are very, very, very machmir on the bath, and that's now minhag yishol to take a bath, and she has to take a bath. That's part of the preparation. She says, well, I don't have a bath in my apartment, and I don't really like to go in the bath in the mikvah. Well, that's the minhag. Well, others a little bit more lenient. The Shevet Levi, in Shir Shevet Levi, and in Shevet Levi says that is the minhag that developed recently, and she should do it. Let's say a woman is pregnant, sitting in the water is not good for her. Let's say a woman, by sitting in hot water, could cause her to have down. So he says, of course, you should be lenient. What if there's so busy in the mikveh, there's just no time to go to the mikveh? That has to be taken into consideration as well. So that has to be discussed and looked into. But a woman just is in the mood to go into the bath. The minhag yishol is to take a bath. If a woman has a specific issue where it's hard for her, she should talk it over with her Rav. But there's a range of opinions as a chiyuv, a minhag in the form of a chiyuv. At this point, it's just a nice, good thing to do there. A person has to discuss with the Rav about what the issues exactly are. And of course, you have to take into account of a chumrah maybe dekula. Sometimes a Rav's going to be so machmir, a woman, where just getting her to do the basics for the mikvah is an accomplishment. Then he says, well, you have to also go to the bath as well. And then she won't do anything. So a Rav has to, of course, discuss it with a woman, go over the details and the specific circumstances, and then paskin accordingly. But in some, you have those three levels, and now it's really a fourth level. You have the first level from the Torah, iyun haguf, to look into the body and check. The next level is Ezra chafifa, dealing with the hair. Then the Gemara mentions mediach, to wash areas, especially the closed areas of Beit HaStarim, the areas that are not so easy to clean without going in and washing properly. So miklach, and a shower would be enough for that. And then the minhag that developed more recently is to take a bath. And regarding the bath, the person talk over the posuk if there's any issue regarding taking the bath. Shalom.